Hi guys, Identity here from Phil Whisker with the best solo base design out there for Rust, especially for solo players on high population servers, which is extremely cost efficient. I challenge with this video, any other guide on solo bases out there. Feel free to leave a comment telling me why my base suck or why not, and why another guide is better than my guide. Feel free to leave a link to this video so we can have a conversation, like and dislike, of course, as well. The advantages of my base are that it can be built very early on with only very little resources. Raiding is extremely difficult from the very early stages of the base. This, of course, it doesn't include if someone comes by with C4, enough C4, he will always get to your safe room. But we're talking about the griefing and the early stages of raiding. Lootroom completely safe from early grief. No chance of getting your keys stolen. You have all the time to gather resources for the code lock. Your base is highly progress optimized. It is designed to provide maximum security, and you're not forced to collect big amount of resources to start building your base or expanding it. This minimizes the danger of being raided in an unlucky moment and lose a lot. Raiders will always have to invest more materials than they will get back, and due to the layout of the base, it is very unlikely that your safe will be broken into. This means that even in a successful raid, you won't fall back to zero. And super important for my personal opinion is that this base is rather very easily to build. You don't need to be a master architect in Rust to complete this base. The gameplay Rust footage in the background shows you already the basic idea of this base. The following guide is a little bit longer because I show step by step how to build it to make it as easy as possible for you guys. Always remember that even though I talk a lot, you can always fast forward the YouTube video to adjust to your personal speed and style. Of course, we're starting with the foundation first. Foundation comes always first. Make sure that one of the corners of the foundation is in the ground. This will allow yourself to plant some hemp seed later on, which is very early, which is very important in the early stages of the game. Then upgrade the foundation to wood, so you have those those indications in the wood where to place stuff. It makes things a lot easier. I prefer to build the walls immediately all around it. Leave top first open. You will need, like, if you're used to how to build it, you will need like a minute maximum. It should be even on a high population server. You should find a calm moment to do it. And make sure that you upgrade those twigs around in triangle foundations like you see right now in the video. Reason behind this: if you messed up the interior of your safe a little bit and you can't build those twigs, your base is screwed and you can't progress it. So make it even in the very beginning. It's not much more resources which you need, and so it will be far safer for you, so you didn't screw up later. Again, this whole process shouldn't take longer than 20, 30, 40 seconds once you realize how to do it. Place 3 chests inside the way they are aligned right now, so you have it easier to move around. And of course, the first foundation in front of the base needs to be upgraded as well. I built the roof a little bit too early there. It is easier to build the stairs first, and there you can see that actually I had to remove the first foundation in order to be able to place the stairs and move them around. The stairs has to be aligned the way you can see it right now in this little video, and then upgrade immediately the foundation in front of it. This allows you to loot completely safe. Place 1 chest in the front which will function as a transfer box. You can easily access it from the inside, but nobody can grab inside. Even if they destroy the stairs inside of the base, they won't be able to reach anything and loot anything. Worst case scenario is that they will shoot everything down with arrows, but well, that's rather unlikely because it will take quite a bit of time. After that, just progress as it is in the video, and as soon as you have the stone and the materials for a furnace, place a furnace as you can see here right now. Make sure that the foundation outside is upgraded first, and now you can see that from outside you can access your furnace to use it as a transition furnace. What I said earlier in this video, this is the best possible way because you can cover it up with a chest. this is fan freaking amazing. Nobody can even see that there is something. So if the later stages coming into your base, sometimes they see your base design and think, yeah, okay, this guy was griefed, this guy was raided, nothing to get here anymore, we can run away. And of course with a furnace you start melting down the metal, and there is the time now for the first sheet door with a code lock. And of course, once you have enough stone, always feel free to upgrade your base. When you have stone over, use your resources you have as fast as possible. Obviously the safe, the core base, needs to be upgraded first, as you can see here right now in the video. And the base is so highly cost efficient because we're gonna use a little bit of a trick to make the double walling inside. I think some other guys were showing it as well, but this technique is absolutely brilliantly adapted in this design. And of course, build it up. You can technically close up immediately this after the first roof. If you don't want to build a big base, you can just make the roof even lower. You don't need to expand into another floor, but then you have the disadvantage that you have only one exit from your base, which is something you should try to avoid. Anyway, we're just spending our resources slowly. This I did already on a high population server. It's really easy because this base really forgives you not farming immediately everything at once, so rather easy. And once you have those doors and an airlock, you can remove this box and start using the furnace as a safe backup, because the first above the safe, the place can be your secondary loot storage. And now we're progressing into making the base safer. Right now, if the radar is coming from top, it is hard to get into it, but right now from outside it is the easiest way actually to break through. This is as you saw on the video, how to place the little wall and the big one. As you can see, 2 C4 are not enough to break into the safe, so it is at least 1 C4 more to break through the wall. Do it around the whole base everywhere. You can do it because there are 2 basic differently level. One is from outside, which is a little bit higher. That's why you can put down a small wall into this area. I don't like to put high walls at this point because it is somehow messes this up in the interior later. And you can place now those little walls as well on the second level of this honeycombing. And the big advantage is that even in later stages of the game you can easily repair the honeycombing and have no problem with the decay. Sometimes it is a little bit annoying in placing those little walls, so you need to experiment if it's sometimes easier from inside or from outside. But now, for example, this honeycombing is nearly double the C4 which a raider needs to get through it. Do it of course all around the space, which is directly connected to the safe room. You don't need to do this on the corners, only the direct way which a raider can do, so you're saving some resources. So if the raider comes from the bottom one, he has to crouch underneath. First he has to destroy the outer wall, then he has to crouch inside, and he has to take down the small wall on the safe, and then the big wall behind it. Highly efficient, and the raider will waste a lot of resources, and chances are that he is not expecting it and suddenly not coming with enough resources. Upgrade everything to stone what you can do. It is not very expensive, I think so far, maybe a little bit, pretty much 10,000 stone you need at this stage, which is literally nothing. Next stage is of course to upgrade the second level. This area of course nobody from this area can access through the bottom one. Place a workbench as well to repair items. You can place a research table as well in one corner. However, I left it open so far because hopefully soon we don't need it, because the XP system will be implemented. And now at this stage, really upgrade, put another little wall down for your safe. This will completely close it off. Again, raider will saying, hey, he was raided, he was grieved, there is nothing, because they can't maybe overlook the furnace, and you're definitely in a safe spot. This area can be put down with 3 furnaces. I prefer 2 furnaces and 1 chest, even though with my current design there is a lot of chests. You have a lot of possibility to store items, and the second floor above it you can only reach by jumping on the door and going higher. So in case you have only one raider against you, he even won't be able to get on top because he messed up with the door, so he has no chance. So it raises the difficulty a little bit. On top I'm placing down a bed, and you saw it, 2 more furnaces are ranging through the floor, which you can use to equip yourself, maybe to Nobody likes roof sniper, but to defend your base from top. Very easy, very good possibilities there to do it. And of course, next level, of course, we're using the same design on the top one, at least on the bottom one. You can use the double walling there as well, but I gotta say at this level already, if they're going through this wall to get to your safe, then they will use more resources anyway already, which you spend to protect. So it's not really important anymore. It is very likely that the radar which are coming into your base will stop, which break into your secondary loot room, which of course will keep your secondary equipment, right? The equipment which you can lose in worst case, because you will have an iron backup in your safe room. And I prefer to lose my secondary equipment besides everything. So I prefer to give them something and being left alone instead of losing everything. A future video will show how to make your top area into a balcony to have maximum defensive against an online raid. Otherwise, don't forget to comment what you'd like and dislike about the base, which base guide is a better one, and of course like and dislike. I'm Identity, you got filled, and I'm out.